Alright guys, this should be interesting. This is from Wrestling Flashback. It's 10 more wrestling secrets exposed on camera. Always fun to break these down to see if they're really secrets or if pretty much all of us as wrestling fans actually knew them. And there's always a real chance, that there could be something in here that I didn't know about just because I was involved with the business and was in the ring for many, many years doesn't mean that I've seen everything for sure. And especially since I've been away from it for a number of years now too.
Historically, wrestling was an art form where secrets were heavily protected.
Oh yeah.
I think this is fake.
Oh,
You think it's
back
fake?
in the day, baby.
But over time, previously guarded information
Kayfabe was
has become
everything.
more known to the fans. Today, we'll cover various secrets that viewers get to see play out on screen, as we highlight 10 more wrestling secrets.
So it's already looking like a lot of indicators of I'm okay.
On camera. The role of the referee is vital, especially when it
yeah.
comes to signaling or relaying information. The hand squeeze is a way for the wrestler to tell the ref they're okay after a big spot.
Yeah, I think we all know that. I think people who are more casual fans may not realize how critical the referees are. I mean, for myself, they've protected me on so many occasions. You can't overstate the value of a good referee. I think so. Even in the indies, I mean, here at least they've got, at WWE in the big outfits, they've got an earpiece in, and everybody backstage can get a hold of them and tell them what needs to be done. In the indies, they're out there protecting you on their own, just using their own knowledge. Yeah, I think most of you guys were aware of the old hand squeeze though, right?
The X symbol indicates when a legit injury has taken place.
He has nothing to
So these are, again, anybody not aware of the X symbol?
lose in this
Still fun. I still like watching the clips though.
Swagger's bell was wrong. And McIntyre and Sheamus, and the referee got caught in the melee as well.
but it was inadvertent.
Although sometimes the X sign will be used for a
Yikes.
work injury. Referees can also be seen calling spots.
Roman trying to make it to Sammy.
We've now that's something you'll get a lot of in the indies, and not necessarily. I can tell you a quick story. Hopefully, these stories don't don't bore you. Long story short, my manager, his name was Kenny, great guy, phenomenal dude. I'd gotten done with a hardcore match. It was a big match, big crowd. I mean, it had a big house. The promoter had been promoting this match. It was a title match everywhere. We get done, and Kenny comes to me and he says, dude, I don't want to get hit with the cane by Bumpy. Now, Bumpy was the other manager and also the promoter. And I didn't even know what he was talking about, but apparently they'd set up a shot with a kendo stick at the end, and now Kenny was having second thoughts because Bumpy was known to be super stiff. So I was like, all right. So I jumped up, and this is where the referee came in. I pretended like I was yelling at the ref, even though the match was over. The ref comes over to me, knew I wanted to talk. I told him, I said, tell Bumpy to take that kendo stick, meet me in the middle of the ring, and hit me in the head with it as hard as he can. And the referee, now he pretends he's jawing with me. He goes over to jaws to Bumpy, telling me, hey, you get down. And that's how you deliver the message. I don't know if that's all that intriguing to you guys, but it was a change of plans, and the referee facilitated
them
it.
in their earpieces from the gorilla position. Communication
Finish now.
between wrestlers is also
Yeah.
essential.
Time to
for the
go.
structure of the
Bring it home. We've talked about that before. A lot of this is just, that's good work from the wrestlers. And again, you got editors that are highlighting the ringside mics to try and isolate what they're saying.
Laying in the weeds here.
Excuse me.
Official.
Undertaker hurt him.
Qualify for the WWE World Title match.
In modern times, it's more noticeable given the presence
Yeah, it's not a secret exposed at all. We've talked about these.
Of HD cameras that can pick up the performers talking to one another when they're calling moves or saying things viewers aren't meant to hear or see.
Becky.
Roll it.
The apron lead to Mrs. McIntyre. Another Claymore.
I'll tell you, Lesnar did a good job of being in the moment when he was working too. Always thinking of what's going to put something over.
That being said, it can be an interesting peek behind the curtain for fans, as they're given an insight into how wrestlers work their match and secretly interact with those around them.
Again, not to beat a dead horse, but the difference maker, the power.
Yeah, we're getting a... Oh, there you go.
It looked as if one time that he was actually...
Yeah, that's a common one there. The kick me off the... it's just to let the other guy take over. Off the send into the ropes.
Choke slam.
That's interesting there with Batista having to say no to the "Are you all right?" But now I see we're starting to see a lot of the clips over again in different packaging.
Oh, into a sleeper hold.
I'd rather be heard saying "hit me, mother," than saying nothing and have crickets.
Of the WWE fans.
We saw that before too, but yeah, absolutely.
Fans in Sporting World.
Wrestlers and other personnel will also use numerous methods of non-verbal communication during a match or segment.
This way. Neither would I, but under the circumstances, maybe the... Well, I'm going to say maybe.
That's a good one.
Roman Reigns.
Various cues such as squeezing or
Lift the eyebrow. Again, that's just guys and girls just working well together.
Iggy, as it's known, can be observed when watching closely.
Manhandle through the table. Double slam through the table. And big time Becky Lynch gets the win.
At the end of a match, wrestlers might choose to positively acknowledge or show appreciation to their opponent in various
Absolutely.
subtle ways.
Claymore! Claymore! Oh, we got him! Drew McIntyre!
Yeah, that's throughout wrestling. That's the same thing in the indies, and sometimes it's verbal. A lot of times it's just stuff like that. A pat on the butt, pat on the back, whatever it is. Yeah, just to thank you for the match.
Whispered something in my ear, and he basically said, "I love you, brother."
Guy who I always have the best matches with.
When it comes to communicating on the
Yeah,
microphone,
that's cool,
the
though.
WWE are
That
infamous
is
for
cool.
scripting their promos word for word. It became more prominent during the late 2000s and has led to wrestlers forgetting their lines far more compared to the days when promos were bullet pointed.
On the biggest stage of WrestleMania, The Rock.
I agree with that. Yeah, scripting word for word. I don't see how that works for anybody.
Like he was left out in the middle of winter. Dwayne, Rock, same person.
When I step into those.
You got to do what the people signing your paycheck tell you to do, but I wouldn't care for that.
4 ropes.
It's 4 sides.
You got to do something.
Four
about it.
sides.
You got to do something here tonight. Listen, you guys need to do this.
Poor Kurt.
You can hear people
Listen,
going,
as somebody who's had a bunch of concussions, as had Kurt, I can totally sympathize, brother.
you forgot your life. And so they started getting kind of rowdy, so I just said, excuse me. Excuse me. I mean, it just caught on and people loved it.
Mick Foley once brought a SmackDown taping to
That
the
excuse me
standstill
thing
after he forgot
was
his promo.
fire.
The hardcore legend was forced
was
to ask
good.
the cameraman what the next line was.
Hold on a second.
I walked over to Marty, the cameraman, and I went, "Marty, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do."
Wrestlers getting covered
That
in all
sucks.
sorts of different liquids.
That's a terrible
It doesn't
feeling.
just soak the talent, but also the whole ringside area. But all is usually not what it seems. The liquid will typically be gimmicked to give the appearance of something it's not.
You're full of crap.
Okay, now, hold on. I know, you look for content and things to explain that. I mean, that these channels do to the casual fans. Did anybody actually think that was fresh shit they were dumping on them? Yeah. Okay. All right. I mean, come on.
Holy shit.
For example, Kurt Angle used water mixed with food coloring to spray the alliance with milk.
Nobody's surprised by this, right?
Although Kurt did douse himself in real milk to end this segment. And the time he brought the milk truck back in 2022.
This is utterly hilarious.
The original milk truck segment parodied Stone Cold Steve Austin giving the
the
corporation
beer
a beer
truck,
bath.
yeah. That was cool. Like I said, that one happened right at our home arena when I lived back up in New York.
30 gallons of real beer was used and mixed with water. Austin recreated this spot with Santino Marella in 2007, where the rattlesnake accidentally sprayed some fans first before showering
shit.
Santino.
I didn't know about that one. The fans got a little extra souvenir there. Can you imagine you get stopped on the way home, get pulled over? So, no, I swear I didn't have
Guerrero
anything to
covered a
drink.
Big Show in crap. Water was again used.
Stone
this time
Cold
mixed
did it
with
to me.
mud, various food particles, and smelling additives to mimic the aroma of real feces. An actual sewage truck was used and cleaned out ahead of time. Gangrel was known for spitting blood into the crowd. The blood was obviously fake, but Gangrel was always particular about the flavor he spat out.
It's stage blood, but it's a zesty man. I won't go with anything but a zesty man.
That boy, you gotta have standards, bro. No, I like a man who knows what he likes.
That red liquid, this ritual, the viscous.
Whenever you see fans getting directly involved with the action or angles, they are typically plants.
No.
You just give me the finger. Throw him out of here for using profanity. That's against the rules. Get out of here. Get him out of here.
They may
He's been a good heel throughout the years. That's profanity. Make himself just so unlikable. Jericho's
look
good.
like regular audience members, or they tend to be independent or developmental wrestlers that often pop up as
Right.
characters on screen.
Just like
after the
security.
fact.
When security gets involved, it does. It's local workers.
Sometimes people from the crowd will legitimately get involved though.
Except like that.
Armed security still around the
WCW was famous for fans getting involved in the action or jumping the rail for real.
I was watching it. Oh, look at this. Oh, and a fan headbutts Mike Austin.
However, the promotion
Are
turned
the are the fans smart enough to at least pay attention to which wrestler is in there? You gonna do that with Meng in there, or back in the day, Bruiser Brody? I mean, you can if you want. What the hell? It's your
when they
life.
began scripting fan run-ins with plants. Doing something like this runs the risk of real fans attempting the
Actually
same
doing
and
the same
getting in on
thing.
the action.
Yep, I think that's stupid.
The fans stopped me. Someone's come out of the stands. Someone came out of the stands, walked right into the ring.
A lot of the sounds we hear during a
I
match
don't think
are
that- I don't know.
amplified thanks
I
to
don't think that's a good
microphones under
idea.
the ring. Meanwhile, wrestlers will provide additional sound effects by stomping their feet and slapping parts of the body. This makes it seem as though contact is
No,
being made,
not a
given
thigh
the noise
slap.
being created. The thigh slap has become infamous due to its frequent use. That's because the sound
no,
it makes at the time of
nobody
impact
slaps
makes
the
for a
thigh.
great
You
visual.
stop
It's
that.
most commonly seen when performing kicking maneuvers, especially the super kick.
The ladder and call super kick on Velveteen Dream.
Okay, you know what, guys? This is good. I like watching these clips, but to be honest with you, we all know this stuff, and I don't want to bore you with videos with breakdowns of things where there's nothing to really break down. Yeah, that's how we go about taking care of business. To add a little authenticity as far as the sound of everything, a thigh gets slapped. I'll look for another one for our next video, and I'll start doing some other stuff too. We'll do videos where we're talking about what's currently going on in wrestling. I've been finding some old VHS tape stuff. I'll show you some of my old wrestling to mix in with these as well, because we're starting to saturate all the angles you can come at the different elements of wrestling from.